How we doing, everybody? This is the Pop Music Freak. I am back with another Song Facts Countdown video. I'm doing a countdown of my 1,000 favorite songs of all time. We're up to number 878. It is an important song for an important group from an important time period. A group that had brotherly love and then lost that brotherly love for a little bit of a time and then got it back. Alright, talking about the Bee Gees. And I am talking about the song How Can You Mend a Broken Heart. What can I say about what was going on with them at that time? They had this first spark of success, the big first run of hits starting in 1967. Songs like the New York mining disaster 1941, which started it off. You have To Love Somebody, and Holiday in Massachusetts, and Words, and I've Got to Get a Message to You. And then I started a joke. So that takes us up to the beginning of 1969. At that point, they decided, each of them wanted to do some solo work and wanted to split up for a while. And they didn't. And that run, in that time period, 1969, 1970, none of them had success on their own. So in the summer of 1970, they decided, let's get back together. Let's try and talk things out. Let's see what happens. Robin went to sit with Barry and talk things out and decided, you know what, I think we're better together than alone. Let's give this another run. With that, during those sessions, during that time period, they wrote two songs. They wrote two songs and they wrote a few others after. The two songs they wrote that mattered was his first song was Lonely Days, which became a big hit at the end of 70 into the beginning of 71. Ended up going all the way to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, which was their biggest hit to date. And then they wrote another song called How Can You Mend a Broken Heart. Songs were related to what they went through. And How Can You Mend a Broken Heart was even bigger, was a huge hit, was number 1 for 4 straight weeks in the USA in August of 1971. They owned August of 71. And it hit number 1 in a lot of countries. So let me go over the song facts of How Can You Mend a Broken Heart. It was written by Barry and Robin Gibb and was the first single on the group's 1971 album, Trafalgar. It was their first number 1 single in the US, and as I just mentioned, was number 1 for 4 weeks in the month of August 1971. In the US, Atco Records issued both mono and stereo versions of the song on each side as a promo single. The B-side was a Maurice Gibb composition, Country Woman. The song appears in the 2013 film American Hustle and on its soundtrack. It also provided the title to director Frank Marshall's 2020 documentary film, The Bee Gees' How Can You Mend a Broken Heart. The song was recorded on January 28th, 1971 and was released on May 28th, 1971. So Barry and Robin Gibb, as I mentioned, they wrote the song in August of 1970 with Lonely Days, when the Gibb brothers had reconvened following a period of breakup and alienation. Robin came to my place, says Barry, and that afternoon we wrote How Can You Mend a Broken Heart, and that obviously was a link to us coming back together. We called Maurice, finished the song, went to the studio, and once again, with only a broken heart as the basic structure, we went into the studio with that and an idea for Lonely Days, and those two songs were recorded that night. They originally offered the song to Andy Williams, but ended up recording it themselves. Although Williams did later cover the song on his album You've Got a Friend. Barry also explains, we might imitate a certain group. Later on, the group will pick up on the song and say that suits us. Maurice Gibb possibly had a hand in the writing of How Can You Mend a Broken Heart, although the song is officially credited to Barry and Robin Gibb. The 2009 release Ultimate Bee Gees officially credited Maurice for the first time as a co-writer of the song for both the Ultimate CD and DVD, and it was credited to the moniker Barry, Robin, and Maurice Gibb. The song was recorded on January 28, 1971 in London, the same day as several other songs, We Lost the Road, When Do I, If I Were the Sky, Bring Out the Thoughts in Me, and Ellen Vannon. The group's later song, My World, followed along the same musical ideas on this song. Robin Gibbs remarked on the song, "The whole thing took about an hour to complete. The song reached the number one spot to our great satisfaction." So, the song was sung live for the first time in 1971. In a performance that was notable as drummer Jeff Bridgeford's first appearance with the band. Although failing to chart on the UK singles chart, which is a shocker to me, did not chart in the UK. The song became the Bee Gees' first US number one on Billboard Hot 100, and also hit number 4 on the Adult Contemporary chart. Billboard ranked it as the number 5 song for 1971. Cashbox described the song as being a slower, almost country ballad style performance, which with links an intricate melody segment with more powerful thrusts to give the track top 40 impetus. In Spain, it was released under the title Como, forgive my Spanish if I'm off, Como puedes arreglar un corazón destrozado. Can't hire me as an interpreter, sorry. Following the release of How Can You Mend a Broken Heart, the song was nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Pop Vocal Performance by a duo group along with George Harrison's My Sweet Lord and others. It was performed as part of a medley of the Midnight Special on October 10th, 1975, in Japan on the Japanese TV special Love Sounds, and on the Mr. Natural tour of 1974. A live version recorded on November 17th and 18th, 1989, at the National Tennis Centre in Melbourne, Australia, was used for the benefit album Nobody's Child, Romanian Angel Appeal. In 1997 and 99, the song was performed on a one-night-only tour as part of a medley. It was last performed by the Bee Gees in 2001. Barry Gibb re-recorded the song as a duet with Sheryl Crow for his 2020 solo album, Greenfields, The Gibb Brothers Songbook Volume 1. Okay, so let's look over the personnel who performed on the record. Barry Gibb sang lead and harmony vocals and played acoustic guitar. Robin Gibb, lead and harmony vocals. Maurice Gibb, harmony vocals, bass guitar, piano, acoustic guitar, and organ. Jeff Bridgeford on drums, and Bill Shepard, orchestral and strings arrangement. All right. Next, let's look at the chart success. As I mentioned, it was number 1 on the Hot 100 for 4 weeks. It was number 1 in Cashbox for 2 weeks. In Record World, it was number 1. The Adult Contemporary chart, it was number 4. Also hit number 1 in Malaysia and Canada. Hit number 2 in Australia and Chile. And hit number 3 on another Australian chart, the Kent Music Report. Let's see what else. New Zealand, it hit number 6. In South Africa, it hit number 7. And on the Canadian Adult Contemporary chart, it hit number 10. So as I mentioned, year-end chart, Billboard ranked it number 5 for 1971. Cashbox ranked it number 4 for 1971. And Canada, it was ranked number 12 for 1971. Now, other versions. Tons of artists have redone this song. Tons. 1971, Johnny Mathis jumped on it immediately and recorded it. Al Green recorded it for his Let's Stay Together album, his huge breakthrough album. It also appeared in the soundtracks of Good Will Hunting, The Virgin Suicides, Notting Hill, and The Book of Eli. Green's version was released as a single in France on Cream Records. In 2008, he re-recorded it with Joss Stone for the soundtrack of Sex and the City. 1973, Cher did a cover of the song for her album Half Breed. Florence Henderson in 1977 performed the song during a medley on an episode of the Brady Bunch Variety Hour. Who else we got here that's well known? 1991, Teddy Pendergrass recorded it. 2003, Michael Bublé. 2003, also Ruben Studdard, the runner-up from American Idol, covered the song on his debut album Soulful. Mary Wilson recorded it in 2005 on her album Dolled Up. That's the lady at the Telephone Man in 1977. Julio Iglesias covered it. Barry Manilow recorded it on his Greatest Songs of the 70s album. Diana Krall, Rod Stewart in 2009, just, a huge variety of big name artists show their love and appreciation for the Bee Gees and this song. So there you go. That's the song facts for How Can You Mend a Broken Heart by the Bee Gees. Song number 878 in my countdown. Pretty sure this is the first Bee Gees song I've covered in this countdown, but believe me, there's plenty more coming. If you tell me, make a list of maybe my 5 favorite acts of all time, Bee Gees are there. Definitely there. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please share it. Please like it. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I didn't have any new subscribers yesterday. Come on, people. Let's go. Get this party started here. Also, hit the bell if you want to be notified when I'm putting out my next video. And there's a link to the music video. This one will be a lip sync TV performance from 1971. There'll be a link in my description. All right. Thank you, folks, very much. I wish all of you a wonderful day. Peace and love.